Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of Cross Creek Classics. We are back here today with not so much a classic, but a classic mark in the car world. We have a 2024 Corvette. This is from a friend of ours. He asked us if we could put the high wing spoiler on this car. So I told him, yeah, it'd be no problem. It'd be kind of nice content for the channel. So you can see here the car has the low wing spoiler on it, and the high wing one is in that box over there on the left of the screen. A little bit about this car: it is a convertible, and it has the very desirable Z51 package. And the car, he's had this car for a few months, and it's accrued I think 740 miles on it. So we're here in the spring of the year. He got this car last fall, and he wants to get out and enjoy it. Get this new spoiler on this thing. So there's a couple videos of people doing this here. I know you got to pull the back tires off. Get the whole back bumper got to come out. So we have it up on the lift. Getting the lift in position was a little bit of a challenge. There's only, they have the 4 spots underneath to put it on, and we're kind of close over here on this side, but we're not rubbing, so that's okay. I probably should have had the wife pull the car over on that way a little bit more, but we're good. But so yeah, what we're gonna do here, guys, we're gonna pull these back wheels off, and there's a couple splash shields we need to get underneath. There's a couple of fasteners under there we got to get here. We'll point them out as we go along. So sit back and enjoy the ride. All right, guys, so we get these rock guards off here. There's one screw underneath. Get this off. And then there's a few clips behind here. Got my handy non-marring plastic trim removal tool. We're going to pry out on this a little bit. Behind there. So this can come apart the same way the other side did. This one here stayed inside the bumper, so get that off, and then we're gonna pull this splash shield out of the way. A couple little screws here, take them loose, get them out of the way. All right, guys, so I got all these screws out of this, these wheel well liners here. There's one here, This one here is through the stone shield. There's a couple here, up here. I probably took more out than I needed to, but I don't want to put too much pressure on this thing. On all this, so we can get to, turn my light on. There's a nut up there, 10mm nut looks like, and a couple screws here and here on both sides to get that bumper loose. And then we took each couple out here on this side, couple out over here. Same deal, we pulled a bunch of screws out to get not to put too much pressure on this thing. And the screws are up inside there. You gotta pull this up a little bit more. There we go. You can see the screws up there. At least I hope it's showing up on camera. But yeah, so we're gonna get them two screws up, or get them two screws out, get that bolt out, and then everything from underneath should be loose. And then we got about looks like about a dozen or so fasteners on the top. Once we get the trunk open, and we'll get them, and this whole thing should slide right off of here. All right, guys, so we got these 3 bolts. Well, 2 bolts and a nut out of here, and I want to just say that this is the ultimate tool for this right here. This little DeWalt 90-degree angle thingy, it really helps in them kind of situations. This side wasn't bad. In fact, I was able to use a deep socket on there because that stud's so long. But this side here, looks like some kind of evaporator canister or something hindered the deep socket from getting in, so had to put the shallow socket on. And then the shallow socket was too shallow because the head of the stud was hitting the extension. So I had to get it up inside and pry this up with a screwdriver so it didn't pop off but stayed on a nut. It was an ordeal, but we got it off. So we're going to lower this down now and get the top fasteners off. There's Blake, he's working on his tractors there. I want to show you here too, I kind of tuck these things up out of the way. You almost have to. I was going to take them all the way off, but down here looks like it's kind of invasive. Not sure what's going on underneath this body panel here, so I didn't want to get into it too far. But I was able to tuck it away and get access to it. So let's get this down and we'll get our top fasteners out. All right, guys, so we have all of our fasteners out, at least the best I can tell. There's probably at least a dozen here, maybe a little bit more on the top. One on each corner here too. So this whole thing is loose, so we got one more to get. Good night, Blake. I'm not sure how I missed that. Oh, I was leaving this on until Blake got over here, so it didn't fall off. Yeah. So now that I have my trusty assistant, we're gonna get the camera out of the way. And this bumper should fall off. We'll have to get there should be some wiring. We'll need to get some plugs here. So let's just gently pull away here and see what happens. Oh, there it is.
And a million clips went forward.
No, that's some little washers. Okay, so let's just walk it back. Okay. Is that it? That's it.
All right.
That's all. What was it? Grab it. It's kind of heavy. All right, guys, so we got our bumper off. I want to thank Blake for his assistance. That's definitely, I feel more confident with 2 people doing it. When we put it together, we're going to put a strip of tape on. I actually meant to do it before we took it off. It come off a little easier than I thought it would. So we have it on our horse over here, protected with a nice blanket. And now we're going to get this spoiler off. There's a few fasteners we need to get to, so we'll get this off and get the new one unboxed. All right, guys, so it looks like I got 6 fasteners I got to take out of here, is what I can tell so far. We got 2 over here, One here, one down there. One here, and two more on that side. And I'm trying to take these off without disturbing the tail light buckets and the third brake light bucket here. Just so I don't have to take anything else apart. All right, guys, so I just found it easier just to pull the third brake light and two tail lamps out. It just a dozen screws total, I think, here. Maybe a little bit more. It was just easier to get these two other screws. So on each corner is a stud that mounts on the spoiler. So we're gonna, Blake and I are both gonna grab the spoiler and hold the bumper and make sure we don't scratch nothing taking it off. And apparently there's some sticky tape on here too. Oh boy, all right. Sticky tape is...
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, all right, so we need to get the sticky tape loosened. So we'll get this loose and we'll be back. All right, guys, so we got the adhesive off. Blake and I just used our thumbs to roll the old sticky tape off. And I'm using some adhesive remover to remove the old glue residue. So we have a nice clean surface for the new spoiler to attach to. So we'll get this cleaned off. And our next step is to get the new spoiler unpackaged. All right, guys, so we got our new high wing spoiler unpackaged. The protective coat off in here. We're going to save this and put the old spoiler in this. The owner can take the spoiler, put it back in the box, and if you choose to keep it or sell it, we'll have this to put it in. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get the sticky tape tabs off here. We have our surface cleaned off on the bumper. Get these off. And we'll get this in position. All right, guys, so we got a new spoiler on. Everything fit real nice. Having the holes here from the lower spoiler really helped ease the installation of this. Got everything tightened down. Got our tail light buckets back in, our third brake light back in. So we're going to get this in position. Get our three plugs plugged back in. And I'm going to put some tape on these edges here. I'm by myself, so I'm going to make sure that I have it protected so we don't scratch anything up. So we'll get this plug back in and fasten back down. All right, we got our bumper hung here. We got it in place, took our tape off. Now there's these two bolts in the top corners here through the trunk access. I just kind of snugged these up, got my body line good here. And what I want to do now, I'm going to go in and put these fasteners in here, these two bolts in this nut, to make sure we get our body lines good. And then we'll get the rest of it fastened in. All right, guys, so we got everything underneath the wheel wells here all buttoned back up, got all our fasteners in. Had the push-in fastener here, and all the fasteners, one under here. All these to get that wheel well out. We got our stone shield back in place. Tighten that one back up. I just put this in here. Okay, tighten them up. There we go. But anyway, guys, got this side all together here too. You know, these things fold up real nice. No signs of a wrinkle or anything in them, so it's kind of cool. So we're gonna lower it, and I'm gonna get the top fastened, and we'll get the wheels back on, and we'll check it out. One thing too, guys, I want to mention. When I took this bumper off, there's these little shims here that were under here. This is what they look like. I didn't realize when we took it off that they were there. So some of them were replaced, some of them fell off. This obviously to get the trunk here and the back bumper, the body line nice. So be careful when you take them off. I put these back the best way I think that they were. They were all from here over. So this corner's a little bit low. So I kind of put them back how I think they should go. So we'll get it fastened down, and we'll check our deck height and see what we got, and if we have to, we can adjust them. So let's close it up. Nothing's in there. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Looks nice and consistent across here. Nice consistent gap. There we go. So yeah, guys, this spoiler really adds an aggressive look to this. I didn't realize how much of a difference there was between the high and the low spoiler, but looks pretty cool. So let's get our wheels on and get it outside. All right, guys, so check it out. Looks real nice. I want to mention too, this thing was already painted to match. It's kind of like a metallic, like a charcoal looking, like a graphite, charcoal black, I guess. But it's painted to match. That's the way it was ordered. I'm assuming they all come like that. I don't know enough about them, but got a few hours in it. You know, other than that, it was pretty easy. Probably getting the harnesses unplugged and getting the old sticky tape off is probably the biggest challenge that we had with this. But anyway, guys, that's going to conclude this video. As always, we appreciate you guys watching, liking, subscribing, commenting below, and asking questions. So we'll see you next time. Thanks.